when I was in my mid-20s, my love of boating came back to the fore, and I'd never owned a boat at this point. And I decided that I was going to buy a yacht. I thought sailing, even though I'd kind of seen it in the past as something that was a bit of a black art, I thought this is going to be something I will enjoy learning. And the whole tradition behind sailing, the history, the fact that people have been sailing for thousands of years really played an integral part in my decision to go for a sailboat or sailing boat. And anyway, this is pre-internet. We're talking the mid-90s. I know internet was around, but it was pre-internet for me. I mean, I didn't have any internet. I don't know, what's a smartphone? You know. So researching boats was buying the magazines from the shops that had all the little boats listed, and you'd scroll through those and probably maybe find 2 or 3 boats that are up your alley after you've a 300-page magazine. Newspaper advertisements, trading posts, and the most fun thing, of course, was going to the marinas and looking at the little pictures in the window, a bit like a real estate agent. That was always very exciting, considering you were close to the water and you could actually probably see the boat on out there if you looked hard enough. And I came down to a boat that was suitable for me for pretty much 2 reasons. One, because it was relatively cheap, and 2, because I thought, well, this is about the right size for somebody who wants to sail by themselves. Which boat was it? It was the Hood 23. The Hood 23. And you're probably thinking, oh, those mooring minders. Well, back in the mid-90s, they were already kind of older boats and were probably already on their way to becoming that ubiquitous Sydney sight, the Hood 23 mooring minder, but that was still being sailed. And love them or loathe them, and their design is quite polarizing, I find. Love them or loathe them. I thought they were pretty cool, the way that cabin formed part of the hull. I just thought that was cool. Anyway, I plucked up the courage and I called one of the brokers and organised to go out and see the boat. And I might as well have been walking onto the space shuttle. I just really knew nothing at all about Hood 23s, sailing vessels, what I should be looking for. I just liked the boat. I wanted to get on the boat and have a look at it from close up. And because YouTube wasn't around in those days, I couldn't go onto owner forums and look at all the pros and the cons. I couldn't do any of that. I didn't know anybody in the sailing field. I was going in blind. Anyway, I was tendered out to this boat and I was left there, and I thought, okay, well, I don't know what I'm looking for, but I'll just have a bit of a look around the boat. And walked up the deck a few times, walked back again, looked at the outboard. Well, yes, it's got an outboard, that's good. That will probably work, I hope it does. Opened up the cabin, and the cabin seemed kind of neat. Everything was there. Oh yeah, okay. It's got some V-berths up the front, and it's got anyway, it had a stove and a little sink, and I thought, oh, that's kind of cool. I hadn't been on a boat with a cabin since I was on a Halverson cruiser with my parents in goodness me, probably the late 70s. I'll never forget that holiday. I just absolutely loved every second of it. Anyway, I thought, yeah, this is the boat for me. Anyway, the guy came and picked me up, and I said to him, oh, what do you think of the boat? So I was really surprised when he didn't give me a sales pitch. He gave me some really good, honest answers. He said, well, the rigging's pretty old. And he also said, there's some soft spots on the deck. And I thought, well, those 2 things that I didn't even notice. So we got back to the office, and he gave me a photocopied A4 of the sales brochure that I pinned up on the fridge, and oh goodness me, I was obsessed, absolutely obsessed with that boat for weeks and weeks and weeks and weeks and weeks until it came to my realization that I couldn't afford a boat. I could have afforded to buy it, but I had no idea about all the other costs. And as I said, this is pre-internet days. All those things were going to hit me later on, and I kind of was scared of that. I didn't know what was involved in soft decks. And in hindsight, I dodged such a landmine. That would have been such a problem. Knowing what I know now about fiberglass and boat construction and how much it costs to re-rig a boat, and goodness me, I was so lucky that I didn't go ahead with that purchase. Somebody did, but it wasn't me.